everyone. As you know, I'm Nicole Marsh with CareNext Realty, and I have here Laura Franks.
Hello.
She is a mortgage lender with Fairways. Is it Fairways Mortgage?
Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation.
Fairway Independent Mortgage
The
Corporation.
Wicker.
Yes. She's out here located in Killeen, but she can do loans anywhere in Texas. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. So I just wanted to sit down with her and ask her a few questions and kind of to help inform some people who are not familiar with the process. Let them know what's on the other end of buying a house, because it's not just us real estate agents that do everything. We all have a team.
There's 65 people involved in your average real estate transaction.
Is it?
So,
That's new to me. I didn't even know that.
Getting everybody back to the same page on the same day that's the goal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's good. So I have some questions that I wanted to ask you. And I wanted to know what your role is specifically in the home buying process.
So I'm a mortgage lender. We have several products, several loan programs that can help depending on your situation, what you need. So we do a pre-qualification, check your credit, check your income, check your bills. And then with that, we can come back and tell you, hey, you qualify for a VA loan up to this amount of money. This is the documents that you'll need to provide, and basically set you up to buy the home that you want.
Awesome. And can you tell me, do you know what the difference is between, is there a difference, if any, between a pre-qualification letter or a pre-approval?
Yes, so pre-qualification letter is just based on the information you give me on the phone verbally. You will tell me your income, you will tell me where you work and how many hours you work, and when I look at all of what you've given me, I say you are pre-qualified for this amount, for this loan, and that's based on the verbal information you gave me. A pre-approval has more weight because a pre-approval is once you actually provide me with the documentation, your pay stubs, your bank statements, tax returns, W-2s if needed, and we look at all this documentation and we say, yes, we have seen all this documentation, and based on this, you are pre-approved for this amount, which just is more weight because they know that those important documents very necessary for a mortgage loan have already been reviewed.
Awesome. That's good to know. That's clarifying for me as well.
Yeah.
As much as I do in this business, I'm still learning new things as I go along as well. Another question that I had are, what type of loans do you all work with?
So we do VA, FHA, conventional, USDA, and we have bond programs that we work with that get attached to those type of loans. So you can do VA with Texas Vet, or you can do FHA with a bond program to help with down payment assistance. All we do here is mortgages. So we've got lots of products that we can look into, see what's best fit for each customer.
Awesome. Let me see on my list here. What can you tell me how important it is for people to have good credit, or what you look at when it comes to credit?
So when you walk in here, or you're asking for a loan for $250,000 or whatever it is, the only thing that we can base on as far as the probability that it will be paid back as it's supposed to is to see how other bills have been paid. So we pull your credit report, and we want to see your payment history on your other trade lines, on your credit cards, on your card payments, and that helps us make a decision. Hey, this person has a great credit history. They've paid their bills on time. Sure, maybe there was a collection at some point, but it looks like it's an isolated event. So that's how we make those decisions. So if it does come in with low credit scores, with several late payments in the last 12 months, with repossess, what have you, it does affect your credit score, and that kind of makes it a higher risk to loan. So those decisions are based on that.
Awesome. And if somebody does, if someone came to you and they didn't really know where they stood and they did have not so great credit, are you able to help them or talk to them about what they can do to improve it, or
Sure.
refer them out?
So, just based on, 12 years of experience doing this, I can give general information as far as, these are the reasons the score is low. These are some of the things that you can do to increase your score. Sometimes, occasionally, it's just a matter of paying down a credit card. You pay down this credit card, and all of a sudden you've got 40 more points added, and now you qualify.
What does an individual need in order to apply for a loan?
So usually we start off with 2 months of bank statements, 30 days of pay stubs, 2 years of tax returns, 2 years of W-2s, and your IDs. From there will be probably more documentation needed as we see those bank statements come in. There's a deposit that was made at an ATM. We're going to have to verify and source where those deposits come from. Payroll and typical things that are expected to come in, we don't question. But if it's just we have to make sure that you're not getting a loan. We have to verify where the source is. So once I get that documentation, it may require more documentation, but that is what we start with: bank statements, pay stubs, tax returns, W-2s, ID.
Awesome. And do you have to be a U.S. citizen to have a loan?
You can be a resident, permanent resident alien.
Okay, awesome. One other question I think I wanted to ask you was, how does your mortgage company that you work for differ from others? It's okay.
I know that Fairway does about a little more than a third of the loans here in Central Texas. We have great programs. We have great rates. We have products. I mean, like I said, all we focus on is mortgages. We're not, we don't have a banking side. It's just residential mortgages. We are here. We're local. If there's any issues, if you have questions, if you want to see somebody, you're going to walk in my door and we've got that taken care of for you. So I think we take very good care of our clients from beginning to end. They'll walk through the whole process.
Awesome. And you do have some bilingual?
I do speak Spanish 100%
awesome.
Fluent.
So that's good too for those who need some help with the translation.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have anything you wanted to add? Or?
I think you had asked me before, like, what are some things besides your credit score that can affect your performance for a mortgage? I'm going to say we're going to also look for, job stability. We don't want to see that, maybe you've had a whole lot of jobs in the last 2 years. Your job should be pretty stable. Your income should be expected for the foreseeable future. So varying income, if you just started a job but your income varies depending on, truck driver, commissions, things like that, that would have to have happened for 2 years before we can count that income. This has to be averaged. So that's one other thing we have to look at. Judgments, tax liens, those would be affecting your approvability as well. And of course the debt to income ratios.
Oh yes, that is a good thing to bring up as well.
Yeah, so we want to make sure, we're going to take your income and then just take a percentage of that depending on how your credit score looks and say, for example, a little bit less than half your income can be used for debt, and then see what car payments you have, what credit card payments, it comes out of that half, and whatever's left over is how much house you can qualify for. For every $5 in debt you can get rid of in income, monthly income, that's $1,000 you can add to your house.
Oh, that's a good rule of thumb.
Just kind of a good way to take a look at your debts and versus your income and see if you plan on buying a house in the future, and maybe think about paying some things off.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time today. I think you gave
super awkward.
No, you gave a lot of good, useful information. I hope that there are people out there that can benefit from what you told, which I'm sure there are. Yeah. I mean, you clarified a lot of things for myself as well, which is great.
Anytime. Just give me a call.
Definitely. And I can vouch for Laura. I've worked with her on a few loans, and she is awesome. She's great. She gets my clients in their homes.
I appreciate that.
Yes. But thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
Bye, guys. If you have questions, let me know. Feel free to comment, share. Sharing is caring. Somebody out there doesn't know, and you could be the voice of knowledge to them. Have a good one.